Right then, Adam's sent me a few questions. Watching the game at home tonight, so I'll answer some of his questions. But before I get into the questions, just be like, that looked like we were miles off, didn't it? Miles off, proper, truly miles away from a team that knows how to compete, from a team that's just won 2 games against 2 of the best teams in the Champions League, and then gone to Istanbul and just lost to shit. Anyway, here we go. So Maka says, defense wasn't organised. Why? It wasn't. Part of me thinks we probably gambled too hard, but there's no excuse for the first one from the corner. I wouldn't have set Paddock FC up like that, and I'd have been screaming. And actually, Mike Phelan was on the sideline screaming. You can watch the replay and see Mike Phelan on the sideline giving it them. When the ball's on the halfway line there, it should have been the most simple, straightforward thing. With Paddock FC, we leave man for man +1. So if they leave 1, we leave 2. If they leave 2, we leave 3. If they leave 3, we'll leave 4. And we usually have our defensive midfielder, depending who it is, also just halfway between the halfway line and the opposition box, just to sort of cover anything that comes over. So you'll always cover a rapid counter when that happens. United left 10 players forward. And Demba Ba was probably 20 yards in his own half before then getting to the halfway line where he met, well, let's be honest, he met nobody. Who's to blame for that? Well, doesn't sound like the management team had got in before the game and gone, right, lads, here's what I think we should do today. We should leave everyone forward because they're not expecting that. If Mike Phelan was screaming at them to go and change and get back into shape, which is what I'm assuming what he was going mad about, then that's on the players for not following instructions. That's simple as. Why they didn't follow instructions? Don't know. Which players? I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch all the other corners prior to that, because I'm sure after that things changed. But if you look at if there was even a corner prior to it, and see who was the men on the halfway line. Typically, it's your fullbacks. Typically, your centre-halves go and get in the opposition box and try and get on the end of stuff. So it's typically them. Usually your defensive midfielder usually hang around as well. Maybe in United's case, they may leave Juan Mata back just because he's not going to offer anything going forward in terms of getting his head on anything. But it really varies. It's usually fullbacks. But Luke Shaw has been taking corners of late. Maybe he went up for that. The second goal, I've been arguing with people on Twitter about this one, but the second goal is a comedy of errors. It was a shit pass. Mata should have done better. Experienced player like him should have done better with it. It was also a shit pass that he had to deal with. I think Axel and Maguire both managed to get over. But I do put a lot of blame on Luke Shaw for this. The guy that scores the goal is 5 or 6 yards away from him when Juan Mata starts to lose control of the ball. If Luke Shaw busts a gut at that time, because there's acres of time, if Luke Shaw busts a gut and gets goal side of him, then there's not 2 players free at the far post. You're a defender first. Your first job is to make sure that you're not getting destroyed at the back like that. I've seen some people saying he was 40 yards away. He's literally 7 or 8 yards off him, maybe. And that's a little bit higher and a bit wider. People are acting like he's got to come all the way along here to go down there. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. And yes, I can see at United we're trying to gamble and push our fullbacks on, but the whole thing with a fullback is that they got to get back. Simple as that. Outside of those 2 chances, they didn't really create a hell of a lot. And that we knew as soon as that goal goes in, this is going to be hard for United now, because they are going to sit back and they are going to defend in numbers. And that, I don't care who you are, that's hard. trying to break down anyone like that. Next question, he says, Ollie's on his last legs. How important is Sunday? Well, I don't know what he's on about with Sunday because I'm pretty sure we're playing Saturday. So I'm going to take it that was what he meant. So I don't know how important Sunday is, mate, but Saturday's mega important because if it goes no win in 3 then, the knives start to come out. And I don't know why that feels like a magic number. It's so few games, isn't it? So few games. It's an absolute disgrace how it's only the manager gets talked about in this sense. You know, where's the Harry Maguire? You've not been good in fucking months. Is it because there's a monetary value attached to players? It shouldn't matter. I hate how there's this managerial merry-go-round. I fucking detest it. You didn't fully back a guy in the summer. You had a squad that was weakened going into it. And then when it starts to unravel, you fire him. Good one. What the fuck? That pattern's just going to completely repeat itself. And for all the people saying Ollie's a yes man, he's a glazer this, he's a glazer that, Pochettino, when he got nothing to spend at Tottenham, said fuck all. What makes you think he'd be any different at United? And if it's not Pochettino, who comes in and definitely does better? Because I'll tell you this, Lou Van Gaal's CV said he was definitely going to come in and do something, and so did Jose Mourinho. And they both got Champions League football and both got fucked in the second season. So who? Who? Because they'll throw money at whoever comes in, he'll get Champions League and be like, hey, well done, go fuck yourself, buy anyone. Any positives to take? None. Still expect us to get through? Yes. Tuanzebe hooked at half-time, was that right? I'm assuming that was because of the yellow and he wanted to make a tactical change. But no, I don't think that United were under any threat, and I didn't expect them to be under any threat in the second half. This isn't like a fullback that's getting rinsed time and time and time again by the same winger, and you go, we're going to have to pull him because he is in danger. Tuanzebe wasn't in danger of getting a second yellow and a red, I don't think. And I also thought his pace was being a massive asset at the back. You cannot play a high line. This is on Ollie. This bit is on Ollie. Some of this isn't on Ollie, but some of this is. And this is the thing that I'd rather people had some fucking nuance in their arguments sometime. They just go, Ollie out, like, all right, yeah, because the new manager comes in and fixes it all. You fucking idiot. New manager's still got to deal with the same shit players that aren't fucking good enough, that don't track back, that switch off at corners. Don't give a fuck who you are. Clearly, that wasn't intention of the management staff today. But anyway, this bit is on Ollie. When you take off Tuanzebe and you have a backline of Matic and Maguire, I'm sorry, mate, I think I could put them under pressure with pace. That is the slowest centre-half partnership in world football. There is... Right, you're now chasing a game against a team that's in a low block. And you think that taking off the one centre-half that you've got that's got any sort of wheels about him is going to be a good thing? Both of your fullbacks are living in the opposition third trying to create chances. You're leaving 2 men back. Those 2 men are slow as shit. If you want to see things go down the way it went down with Demba Ba in the first half, this is what you do. Otherwise, where's that guy that pocketed Mbappe for pace from the halfway line? That guy, oh yeah, I took him off. That's an idiotic decision for me. And it was facilitated to bring in Scott McTominay. I don't know what people see in Scott McTominay that think he's some sort of great fucking messiah. He's a pretty ordinary player. Fucking ordinary with the ball. Yes, he works hard off the ball. And it shows why we wanted a winger. There was acres of space. The biggest threat United shown was when we switched play. And we switched play because Istanbul were playing a very narrow back four. Anytime we switched play to whoever was in space in the wide areas, we had a little bit of success. Outside of that, there was no chance creation. No chance creation whatsoever from United. None. With the changes, the right ones. No. I don't understand why you bring McTominay and you take off Tuanzebe. I understand bringing on Greenwood, but surely you bring on Greenwood and sacrifice a little bit of defensive structure that wasn't really doing fuck all and go for it. I didn't understand why you take Wan-Bissaka off and leave Luke Shaw on. Did we create a single chance for Cavani? And some people will put that on Cavani. Strikers are supposed to be fed. Yeah, I would say there was a hell of a lot wrong with that performance tonight. Reasons for it, why? I'd rather investigate those reasons than just fucking say sack the manager, because half of those problems have persisted since David fucking Moyes. Even if the players aren't the same, the problems are the same, and some of the players are the same. Although, I guess only one matter tonight. I think was present there under Moyes, but there's still issues there that haven't been resolved. And Roy Keane was talking in the week about leadership. It's fucking right. It's fucking right.